Magnifico. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me.
He's just a poor boy from a poor family.
Spare him his life from his monstrosities. All right, that's probably pretty good.
It's great. Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. How about you?
Great. Thanks for coming to Cultural Disruption.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Look at those eyebrows.
Thank you.
So, hey, everybody, we wanted to talk about something actually fairly cool today.
Yeah.
Jared, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of someone by the name of Galileo Galilei?
Yes, Queen sing about him. That's all I know is Bohemian Rhapsody.
Hey, so there's this guy Galileo, and a long time ago, actually back forever ago, 1600s, he actually came up. Well, it wasn't even really him that came up with the idea. He talked about what they called heliocentrism. Basically, that meant that the Earth essentially was not the center of the universe, as they thought for forever. Now, there were other people that came up with this idea that possibly we revolved around the sun, and that's kind of what got him in trouble just a little bit. At that point, everybody in the world thought that the universe revolved around them. And
Galileo was a disruptor.
He was a disruptor. He said that's actually not the case. In fact, he actually had scientific proof to prove that wasn't the situation. So we want to talk today about CEOs and how a lot of time they actually think that, oh my gosh, the universe revolves around me and everybody should worship me and focus on me.
Which, could be hard if you're a small business owner because the company is yours, and when the company is yours, you are what you're selling. And there's some good things that come from that, but Chris Harrington, he's the president of Domo. He actually said that you only get one chance to make a phenomenal company
What
culture.
happens if you mess it up?
You have to start all over. The company is done for.
Melted block of cheese. I can't reform that melted block of cheese into its original state.
Your analogies just
nachos
never cease to amaze.
Right.
It is really fantastic.
Well, I do what I can. Let me take these off because I've leveled up.
Oh, yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got great people like Chris Harrington and then Eric Montague.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he's
CEO of Executive
Tech. Yeah. And he actually said that at the end of the day, the culture is of our business is what wins. If you don't focus on culture, then you lose, just outright, period. And so he does everything he can. There are a lot of CEOs out there that actually focus on this and think this is a big deal.
Totally. Corinne Clark is another one of those. So Corinne Clark is the queen of the Silicon Slopes. Blake and I had a chance to go to get a soda. We had
a pop with her.
We had a pop. A cold pop.
It was a cold pap. We had a pap. Yeah. Stop for a pap.
And Corinne was really awesome though. Corinne was the first time she was a CEO of a company called Merit CX. She's right now the CEO of Banyan. And her first day on the job at Merit CX, she did something different than other CEOs do.
Yeah.
She talked to the people.
To the team.
And she said, what is it that you need and are looking for? So what were a couple of things the team wanted? Yeah,
so one of the things they wanted is they wanted unlimited PTO.
Yeah.
Oh, and what was going on there, actually, if you don't mind me stepping in here. So it's kind of funny because we hear this a lot, but we don't really often hear the reason behind it. What was happening is this company, their PTO was to be used by the end of March. It had to be used by the end of March. If you didn't use it, you lost it. So imagine, what does the company look like in March?
Nobody's there. Everybody's on PTO.
Ghost town, right? Yeah. So everybody's on PTO, which means there's no work being done in the office, and that was a problem. So she listened to the team and she decided, you know what? One of the things we're going to do is unlimited PTO. And it was hard for them to grasp at first. The people thought, or the head ups, if you want to call it, they thought that hey, people are going to be gone all the time.
Yeah.
Wasn't the case. You can control that, right? If people are gone for 2 months, you fire them.
Yeah. So their software developers were the most important people they had on their team that created all their software and their product. And so she met with them and said, what's most important to you? And they said bike rooms, which is kind of interesting, but they all rode their bicycles to work every day. And so she created rooms, a safe place for them to store their bikes. She put inner tubes, she put towels, spare tires,
jerseys.
They gave custom jerseys. Yeah. They did everything to make a really great room where people were like, man, this is a great place to get to and from work. It helps with my lifestyle, and I really like this. And the showers were in the basement. And so Corinne said, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to move those showers to the same level where our developers are. And so she made this really enticing environment where these guys wanted to be.
They're awesome. I would have asked for a windowless van with some jelly beans.
Yes. Children welcome.
And I would have been fired immediately. So the other thing that she did is she actually changed the dress code.
Yeah.
A lot of people hated wearing suits and ties. We hate doing that ourselves. And so she changed that. She said, okay, you can wear whatever you want. And the whole fight with that was, well, what if they have to meet a customer? What if they have to go somewhere? Okay, well, dress
for the
to
day.
the occasion. Yeah, if you have to go do something, okay, dress up. But at the end of the day, they're sitting behind a computer all day long. Nobody talks to them. Nobody sees them as far as like the customers. And so why would they dress up?
Yeah, so these are some good examples of local CEOs in the Silicon Slopes that get this, right? That understand the world does not revolve around them. They want to focus on other people and get that culture is the way that you do that. Now, the best national example, I don't know the best, but arguably the best.
One of them, yeah, at least.
Tony Hsieh. Tony Hsieh he's known for being the CEO of Zappos. But before he was the CEO of Zappos, he was the CEO of a company called Link Exchange. Link Exchange was something that he created with a partner, and they grew very fast.
Yeah.
They actually had 100 people that worked for them when they went public. And he hired his friends and roommates and like people he went to school with, and they sold the company for
$265 million.
$265 million. Pretty.
I can't even fathom what that looks like.
And they did it in about a year and a half with 100 people that worked there. Well, you fast forward a few months after that happened, with all the revenue they had, he woke up one day and he went to work and he said, I hate what Link Exchange is. I hate where I'm at.
Miserable.
And he said, like, why? Like, I just made $265 million. Well, the reason is they stopped focusing on the culture. Yeah. He started focusing on the money and himself and the world revolving around him, and he didn't find happiness there. And so how do you find happiness, CEOs? Focusing on your culture and the people that work for you.
Yeah. A lot of times our CEOs can be the crack in the windshield, which prevents our people from seeing the road ahead, so...
Where do these analogies come from? Like...
It's a gift. It's a gift. But it's true. I mean, if a CEO focuses so much on just what's good for me, and I think that's what happens a lot of times is a lot of CEOs or managers just in general make decisions based upon what benefits me. Have you ever thought that the reason why your company is great is because of the people who are working there?
Yeah, totally.
They're the ones that are making the effort. They're the ones that are making you look good. Yeah. And so you have to start looking outward and stop looking inward, right? I always wanted to use like Michael Jackson phrase, right? Man in the mirror. If we want to make the world a better place, you got to take a look. Yeah. You just look outward. Galileo looked out. He didn't think just his world was just this one little spot that everything revolved around. It was so much bigger than him. And he realized that. And that's what you have to do as a CEO. Start looking outward.
Okay, so if you want to disrupt your company culture, look outside of yourself. Go help other people and focus on the people that work for you, what they need, what they want, and that will bring happiness and success to your business.
Absolutely. Disrupt yourself. West Side, not gang signs though. Don't forget to subscribe.